What's going on, guys? Dark here, and today I have a special commentary for you guys. It's got a pretty good topic, but first I'm going to introduce the gameplay for you guys. It's going to be an Oasis Moab with a UMP, I believe. Not sure how fast it is, but I literally don't remember this move at all. It was the first game I ever played on Oasis, and I uploaded like 4 months later. You guys will enjoy it. I think it's pretty entertaining. I get like a nice triple feed while my Moab's going off, cap a flag, clutch it for the win. Pretty entertaining gameplay overall, and it's impressive because like first time ever playing the game, like zero map knowledge. I got it on 6v6, so pretty intense. I should have uploaded it when Oasis was coming out, now that I think about it, because like who hasn't searched up like decommissioned Moab, offshore Moab to find out what the new maps are like, right? But whatever, you guys can enjoy this gameplay now. My topic for today is going to be my first day of high school. For those of you guys who don't know how old I am, I guess, I'm 14. I'm sure you guys can still take me seriously after I say that. I'm not a squeaker, I'm not a faggot or immature or anything, and I consider myself smarter than a lot of the older kids than me, mostly because they're all fucking retarded, but I'm a fairly smart guy myself. I like to think so anyway, so sorry if I sound kind of tired. I am. Like, this is my first day of high school. It's after anyway. I'm doing it when I got home. It's like, yeah, you can make fun of me for saying that I was tired at 9:30 p.m., but I mean, let's get real here. Like, I had to wake up at like 7 o'clock, and it wasn't that bad because I was like excited to go to high school. Well, not really like ecstatic, but like I wanted to go to high school because it's like a new chapter in my life and whatever. So I just got up right out of bed and didn't even think about how comfortable my bed was. Tomorrow's not gonna be like that at all. I'm gonna go back to like my old school started at 8:30. High school now starts at 8:27 for some reason. I don't know why it doesn't just start at 8:25 or 8:30, but you know, back when I was in elementary school for 8:30 class, I usually woke up for school like 9:45, but I can't really do that anymore. So what are you gonna do? Hopefully I'll get used to it now that my sleep schedule is actually fixed and I can actually go to bed at like 11 and fall asleep fast, not at 4 in the morning. So anyway, now that I'm done rambling on, I'm going to tell you guys some of the shit about my first day of high school now. Unlike, you know, I was going to say, unlike a lot of commentators, I'm actually a social guy, but now that I actually think about it, the people that they always call nerds, like the people who play video games, they actually seem to be like the coolest guys now I'm thinking about it. Like, I am the attack, like, he's a cool guy. Like, he wasn't the faggot who, like, couldn't talk to anyone in high school. It's not to say if you can't talk to anyone, you're a faggot. Like, let's be honest, like, I was not really shy, but like kind of had like, I wasn't nervous either. I don't even know what the word for it is, but like I guess I was a little bit nervous, but like I knew nothing was gonna go wrong. Like there was no worries in the back of my head. Like I knew everything was gonna be fine because honestly I was just happy to get the hell out of my elementary school because that place was shit. They were like, to put it in Call of Duty terms for you guys, everywhere I went in my elementary school I got noob tubed. Yeah, and it was one-man army danger close, just in case you were wondering, and they just kept using their one-man army, kept noob tubing me. That's what it was like. And the people who didn't use danger close one-man army or commando was just me, like my 4 or 5 other friends, and that was it. And it was just shit, and now I'm finally glad to get out of there, and it's not even, from what I've gathered on the first day of high school, it's not getting much better, but there should be a couple cool people I can find to actually talk to. But now that I'm seriously done rambling on, I'll actually get into like the day from my eyes. Wake up, walk to school with a couple friends, I guess ease the stress a little bit, get to class, figure out all my shit. Second I walk into high school, I instantly want to go back to elementary school. Honestly, there were like 450 kids just right in front, all just in a clusterfuck, just trying to get their shit together, like looking at their shit, where to go. I was just like, Jesus Christ. I didn't even think about walking up to my class with friends at that point. I just saw my number and just went as fast as I could before I got butt raped by all the people who were there. And that's when I went into my math class. A couple hot girls in my math class, there's something to look forward to. The hottest, I can't even say this with a straight face. She's gonna watch this video, I know she is. The hottest girl in my math class is the teacher. She has like 2 daughters in the school, and her daughters aren't even close to how hot she is. It's fucking hilarious. And she's actually funny too, like, she has a nice personality, if I do say so myself. And it was funny, right? But unfortunately not all those high school teachers like that, but I'll get used to it. I'll get into that later, my gay teachers, but this teacher was actually pretty funny. It was just kind of weird, like, adjusting to teachers saying words pissed off. Like, I've heard that with friends and shit, but like, I've never heard a teacher say that. And it was my gym teacher. Nah, I'll get into that later. he had some slightly vulgar language, but this teacher, right, she's like, I'm not supposed to trust kids with money. Here's $140. Go down to the principal's office, cause yeah, you know, I don't like him. And we were just like, okay, that's cool. Talks about how much she hates the principal. And we didn't really do any math that class. It was math class, and then I went to science, saw one of my bros, sat next to him, and that was the worst class ever. That's the class I'm going to catch up on my sleep on because our teacher's a fag. He just says every sentence and gives us the most Mexican smile ever. Not to be racist here, but it is like the most Mexican smile ever. And it's just like really, it makes me kind of feel uneasy when he looks at me with like all 32 of his teeth just staring back at me, and I can see my reflection in from across the room. And then he just starts off with his other sentence, you know? And the best part about this was when we did attendance, we were going through the names alphabetically, I guess, in terms of like last name A to Z. So obviously, like, I got my name, Graham, just here. Everything's good. Got down to the P's. Juan Pablo. Are you serious? Who does that? Who does that to their kid? Juan Pablo. I have to know what this kid's middle name is because it's going to be like Jose or Sanchez or some shit. I can't believe this guy in my class named Juan Pablo. And he's... Juan Pablo, who the fuck does that? And I forgot to tell you this, in my first math class, there was this girl walked into our class. She's like, is this a science class? We're like, are you serious? Like, does it look like a science class? We're like, she's one of the stupid grade 9s, right? Walks out of the class. Our teacher's like, yeah, some of you might know her. She might have been in your old schools. We're like, what? She's like, yeah, she's in grade 11. Still isn't really gonna get in the hang of high school. It's only her 3rd year, I guess. I had no problem figuring out my shit. It's not really hard to look at a number and find it, but what are you gonna do? Anyway, science class was shit. That's the class I'm gonna sleep in. Came back, lunch. Tried to make friends with new kids during lunch, and I talked. This kid's the weirdest kid I've ever seen in my life. Just talked to him, said hi, didn't say hi back. I was like, okay, and like progressively, it kind of got a little bit better, like in terms of actually talking, but I'm not sitting back there again. It's kind of like they're the people who consider me their friend, but I wouldn't consider them their friend. So it's like, by no means am I the social outcast in this situation. It's more like a normal guy trying to talk to social outcasts, and I kind of understand why they're social outcasts. I was sitting next to my friend Michael, and he was sitting next to these guys, and Michael's a cool guy. There's nothing wrong with him, but I don't really know why he was talking to these guys, but that's besides the point. Got into gym class. This is the highlight. Our teacher, I'm not going to say his name, but I'll tell you what I call him. I call him eye beard because his beard starts like 1 inch underneath his eye. And he took us into the change room and said, this is what I'm going to be expecting from my gym classes. And I'm going to do his imitation as best I can of his voice. Get ready for my chronic stoner voice, because this is it. He's like, alright, grade 9s. There's one thing that I want to get through to you guys right now. I don't know why. I don't even know how. But it seems like all guys always want the change room to smell like piss. So you don't piss in the shower, you don't piss it on the floor or the wall, and you flush your piss. When you're done, so it doesn't smell like piss. Okay? And we were like, okay. Talked to us about some basic shit about like sports and shit, let us out like 45 minutes early. So I had nowhere to go, so I just went to the Shell station, which is right by the school, just to pick up like a Mountain Dew and shit. See the cops talking to some kids from my school, and I got home and I told my mom and dad, brother, like at dinner table conversation. Right? He's like, yeah, the cops are nice. They just talked to them. I'm like, yeah, it didn't look like a nice conversation to me. It looked like he knew that what they were up to, you know, behind the gas station, pot dealers. But what are you gonna do? And running out of time here. Last thing I'm gonna talk about is probably the stupidest question I've heard today. This girl asked this teacher, my math teacher, first period. She was being nice. She's like, any questions? Normal questions. She's like, is there rotary today? Nah. No rotary today. No rotary ever. This is your class all day. What do you think? You have a timetable right in front of you with your 4 class. Nah, you just got the timetable for fun. No, like there's no classes today. I don't know. You shouldn't be nervous if you go to high school. If you're in like grade 8, don't even be worried about high school, because there's just so many people you see that are just complete idiots, and if your IQ is more than 5 points, then you'll look like geniuses compared to them. So I'm out of time here, guys. Hope you enjoyed this commentary on my first day of high school. I'm out. Peace.